everyone, welcome to another Quilting Quickie with Whitney Sews. I post a new tutorial every single Wednesday to help sewers of all skill levels learn new projects and techniques. This week's episode is all about how to create half square triangles as well as sewing perfect pinwheels. And now make sure to leave me a comment down below letting me know what other quilt blocks or quilting techniques you want to see in a future Quilting Quickie video. We're going to start by creating half square triangles, and this is exactly what it sounds like. It's a square that is divided on the diagonal to create two triangles from different fabrics. And you can use half square triangles to create thousands of different quilt designs. They are so versatile, and you're about to learn how to make them. Start with two equal sized squares of fabric, at least 7/8 inch larger than you want the half square triangle unit to finish. Lay the two squares right sides together, lining up all four edges. Use a ruler to mark a line connecting two opposite corners. Add a couple of pins to hold the two pieces together, then sew a 1/4 inch away from the marked line on each side. Cut directly on the marked line to separate the two halves. Open each piece up and press with the seam allowances going toward the darker fabric. These are half square triangles. At this point, you want to check to make sure all your half square triangle units are exactly the same size. If they're not, then use an acrylic ruler and a rotary cutter to trim them all down so they are the same size. I like to actually start with squares that are a little bit bigger than they need to be, so that way I know I will have a little bit of fabric to trim off to get my half square triangle units to the size they need to be. And that way, if my seam allowance isn't exactly spot on 1/4 inch, it's not really a big deal because I had that little bit of extra fabric to work with, and I will still end up having enough to trim off so they do end up the exact size I need. Once the blocks are trimmed, you can lay them out in a lot of different ways. Here are just a few of the options. And I'll be showing how to finish them as a pinwheel block. Place the units right sides together in two pairs. Sew to attach with a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Open each set and press the seam allowances toward the darker fabric again. Place the two halves right sides together and sew one last time. Give it one final press and you have a finished pinwheel. You can use just one pinwheel to create a mug rug, or you can add some sashing and borders, or alternate pinwheels with feature blocks to create a full quilt. I will have some of my other videos featuring pinwheels linked right over here, and below that is my Quilting Quickie all about how I quilt my pinwheels. Make sure to come back next Wednesday for another new tutorial, and until then, happy sewing!